Hi, this is Chef Terry. Welcome back to the Chef Table. Now that I showed you how to cut watermelon, showed you how to cut pineapple, showed you how to cut honeydew and cantaloupe, now I'm going to show you how to put it all together, make it look nice, and we're going to add a couple additions. Now what I did is I took the top of the pineapple and used this as a garnish. We're actually going to have 3 garnishes. There are going to be 2 edible garnish and our centerpiece here. So let's get started. My knife of choice, of course, and we're going to also use a paring knife, and we're going to also use my shears here. So just remember, when you're holding a knife, the thing you want to do is protect your fingers. So you want to cup your fingers like this, and then it's sort of like a tiger. Like my man Luda said, stroke so good like Tiger Woods, then you row like a tiger would. See how I did that row like a tiger? Keep your hand like that, put it down on your fruit. And then what you're going to do is that you're going to cut, move your hand back. 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 Cut, but you get the idea. Every time you cut, move your hand back. Now, depending on how thick you want your slices to be, will determine how far you move your hand back. For thinner slices, then you would of course move your hand just a little bit. Now remember, this is not a rush. You're going to work at your own pace, and the only thing you need to focus on is, like my man Larry the Cable Guy said, get her done. So just remember, cut, move your hand back. Cut, move your hand back. Cut, move your hand back. Respect the knife, and the knife will respect you. And I don't know about you, but I love my fingers. I mean, it's kind of hard to point out somebody in a lineup when you're coming back like this. So now we're gonna cut our watermelon. Remember, cut, pull your hand back. Cut, pull your hand back. Now, this is not a rush. You're gonna work at your own pace. I have 1.5 watermelon. I put 2 pieces of cantaloupe there. I'm going to go 2 pieces on my pineapple here. Just put that on the plate right there, just like that. And what I'm doing is that I'm taking it and I'm just kind of shingling it a little bit. And me, I like to have my fruit grouped together. I just think that it looks a little more elegant when it's all grouped together. It doesn't look like it's just thrown all over the place. So just remember, always pay attention to the knife when you have it in your hand. Always watch yourself while you're cutting. Protect your fingers. Respect the knife, and the knife will respect you. See how easy that was? And now we're finished with that portion of it. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to add some additions to this to kind of make it look like, wow, sort of like make it pop. So I'm done with this part. Now I'm going to use my paring knife. And with my paring knife, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my watermelon. I'm going to make it look like it has wedges or ruffles. So you're just going to go down, 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 down. Now, if you squeeze on it just a little bit, you'll be able to see where you had your last cut. Down, 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 down. Remember, be safe. Always be safe. Always be conscious. Always pay attention to yourself while you're cutting with the knife. And then after you finish, now look at that. Don't that look nice? And we're going to use that as one of our garnishes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our, back with this one, piece of mango. Now there's a seed inside this mango that's a real tough seed. But that seed is not very edible. So what you're going to do, you're going to cut off your piece of mango. You're going to have the skin, and there's your meat right there. Now what you're going to do is, please be careful. If you feel more comfortable putting it on your cutting board, put it on your cutting board. Now, I have it in my hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to score it, which means I'm just going to cut it little pieces, as deep as I can go, as close to the skin as possible. And I'm going to cut it deep like that, and I'm going to cut it deep like that, like 4 grooves. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cut it at an angle this way. You know, boom, 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 boom. And then after you do that, you're going to open it up and look at that. Don't that look pretty? All right. Now, what I'm going to do is add my accents to my plate here. This is where my shears come in. These grapes are nice and sweet right now. I'm going to cover up the base of the pineapple. That way you can't really see it that much. You know, the only thing you see is how the pineapple look like a big old palm tree on it. Now with my strawberries, I'm going to cut off the stem of the strawberries, and then I'm going to cut these into quarters. And just kind of, I'm going to do about 6 strawberries, cut them into quarters. Remember, please be safe with whatever knife you decide to use. Please be safe. Just remember, like I said, this is not a rush. Make sure you work at your own pace. Make sure you work at a pace that's comfortable for you. Voila. So, I'm going to take my strawberries. I'm just going to kind of put it everywhere. I know some people like to put the pineapple last. Put the strawberry last. But I like to go ahead and have a few pieces just already inside before I add my garnish. And then you're going to take your orange. Say if you put that right there, you can take your pineapple. You can take your mango piece, put that right there, and then you have your little thing that you put together. Now I have some blueberries as well that I'm just going to put wherever. You know, people like blueberries. And one for me. And voila. Now it's looked like that. It cost a lot, and it looked like it took a lot of work. But you can tell just like I showed you, it takes a few minutes. Now, the more you do it, the better it's going to get. And look at that. I promise you, you walk into any room, anywhere, you walk in, I promise, all the little kids are going to be running to their parents talking about, "Mama, here come that man." All the men are going to start hating on you immediately. And then all the ladies are going to be looking at you like, who that brought that fruit up in my crew? Peace.